Welcome to this Friday edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your in-studio host, Gretchen Fleshaw. I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking to a sculpturist, a griller, and a glassblower. So get that cup of coffee, sit back, because Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Happy Friday. Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. Let's take a look at that weather out there on this Friday. 8 a.m., 60 degrees, a high of 72, and 40% chance of precipitation of that rain. So afternoon thunderstorms for sure. Winds west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So plan accordingly today. 8 a.m., 60 degrees and mostly sunny. Noon, we're going to see a little bit of that precipitation coming in. 71 degrees with scattered thunderstorms. Then 4 p.m. clearing back up. 70 degrees and partly cloudy, and then 8 p.m. 63 with a little bit of that cloud coverage. So a beautiful day. We need some of that rain. Eagle 86 degrees, Avon a whopping 91, Vail 79, and then Denver is going to be very warm as well. Tonight we have a low of 54, a 25% chance of rain, partly cloudy. I love that the sun sets so much later in the summertime in these mountain towns. It's at 8:34, and then winds south to southeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's take a look at that 5-day forecast out there. Saturday, mostly sunny and 74, a low of 48. Sunday, we're going to see more of that precipitation heading on in for the afternoon thunderstorms, 71, a low of 44. Monday, partly cloudy, 73. Tuesday, the same, partly cloudy, 74. And then Wednesday, partly cloudy and 79 degrees. So all in all, it's going to be a beautiful weekend, a little bit of precipitation. Keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino host Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, I'm very excited about this interview because anyone that knows me knows I am not the best at cooking and or grilling, and I get to speak with someone that I have coined the grilling queen, New York Times bestselling author Gabby Dalkin and Stephen Halston, the dairy expert at Tillamook. How are you guys doing?
We're so good. How are you?
Yeah.
I am doing so well, and it's so funny because, Gabby, we talk about this quite frequently on the show. I am not the best cook, and grilling this summer with my family, when I visit them in Michigan, the men wouldn't even let me try because they didn't think I do a good job. So I am stoked to talk to the grilling queen. That's what I call you now. I am so excited to hear all of your
Yes,
tips.
I will happily take that title, and you can kick them to the curb next time you see it. So here's the deal with grilling. When you are, it's essentially the same as cooking inside. It's really heat, time, and the food. So once you master that and you get a little comfortable with that, it's the same as cooking inside on your stove or even on your air fryer, something like that. You can really lean into doing the grill. I also am a fan of not overcomplicating everything. So you need a good pair of tongs, a digital thermometer, and just like great quality ingredients, and you are halfway to becoming a grill master.
I feel like I am going to get your book. I am going to practice, and I am going to make you proud. I will put things on Instagram and show. And those cheeseburgers, by the way,
I will send you the book.
Yeah, those cheeseburgers look pretty amazing. I want to hear about how you got into grilling, but can I ask you that first and foremost? How did that become one of your passions?
Sure. So I used to be a private chef 100 years ago before I went full time with What's Gobby Cooking, and I would grilling. I feel like is a really easy way to put a lot of food out very quickly, and you're just using really incredible ingredients and then putting them over some hot flames and letting them go. So that's kind of how I started, and I never stopped.
I love that. And Stephen, I also have to say to you, I am a big fan of Tillamook. Like the ice cream is my favorite. I just had to throw that in there before we get going. I love it. I'm a
Thank you. No, I agree. It's my favorite.
I love it. I have a lot of it. I'm not going to tell you how much, but there's a lot in my freezer right now. So guys, what are we going to talk about today as far as grilling? What is the book? I mean, obviously I know what grilling is, but what are your favorite parts of the book that you just wrote?
Oh my gosh, I love the whole book. That's like asking someone to pick a favorite child.
I know.
And I feel
It's a
like
loaded
cooking with
question.
high quality ingredients is
It
is
yeah.
loaded, but the high quality ingredients is a really nice place to start.
That's key. And you don't actually have to be a grill master to be really great at the grill and to wow people. It comes with starting with the best ingredients, because you start with that, you're going to get the best flavor. Right now, a good example is Gabby's spicy Diavolo soppressata pizza that you put right on the grill. We have crushed green olives, spicy soppressata, and Tillamook's creamy, melty, whole milk mozzarella shred. And it's really good, and you're going to wow people even if you're not a grill master.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to try that. Maybe that will be my first thing that I try. I mean, but you say it's easy. We're being honest here. It's not going to be that difficult.
As far as grilling pizza goes, yes, it can be really easy. You just have to set up like a proper prep schedule. But if you want to FaceTime me when you're doing this, I will happily walk you through that.
I would not say that to me, because you know I will. I really will. I'll be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm here to help.
You can do it.
Thank you.
But like these, for example, these burgers are super easy. Like these are not complicated. You don't have to worry about any kind of dough or anything like this. This is a juicy smashed butter burger, which I feel like is actually a great entry into grilling.
Okay.
We are quite literally grating Tillamook extra creamy butter into the meat mixture and then forming them into a patty and putting them right on a griddle or a grill. And then, of course, we're obviously topping this with Tillamook's famous extra sharp farm-style cheddar slices. So it is like the juiciest bite ever in your entire world. You will make these and you will blow everyone's mind at your grill out.
Okay, I feel like, first of all, you're making me very hungry. Did you hear me kind of just like in the background? Look, I know what I'm having for lunch today. Well, I won't grill it. I'll go buy one and then I'll try to do this. But that looks brilliant and it looks pretty easy to do. So I'm stoked about that. Just a couple ingredients. I feel like I could handle that.
Totally.
Yeah, and you can find these recipes if you want to do it yourself. We have them at tillamook.com. You can follow Tillamook and Gabi on social media. And
if all else fails, it's National Ice Cream Month, so just buy yourself a carton of Tillamook ice cream and you're like good to go.
There you go.
You guys, we're really on the same wavelength because I've been talking about National Ice Cream Month so I'll be like, listen, my friends told me that, look, I'll just put it out nicely. I'll put it in nice little dishes and make it look amazing. No, I heard that you guys have
Absolutely. Yeah.
I heard you guys have a dessert, and I've never heard about grilling a dessert. What is that all about?
So your grill essentially acts as a oven. So this is the Snickerdoodle Pizookie. The recipe is in my cookbook and on Tillamook.com, and obviously the Tillamook vanilla beans on top. It is so good.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so we can see both the recipe, like you said, in your cookbook and also online.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much for having us.
Of course.
Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. And I am going to be grilling up soon. I'll send you pictures. Hopefully it turns out well.
Please do. Have a great weekend.
Have a great day, guys. And keep it here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
This is Necklace. This easy-to-use, non-surgical alternative improves the appearance of sagging skin around your neck and jawline. Made from medical-grade tape, Necklace lasts up to 10 hours, giving you a firmer, smoother look all day long.
This is the one that works.
Starting on one side, peel off to expose adhesive and affix it beneath your earlobe. Stretch the strip around the back of your neck until it reaches the other side. Remove the white backing from the other end of the strip and attach under the other earlobe. Go ahead and take your hair down.
Wow, look at that. Necklace really is the one that works.
Women everywhere are thrilled with the results.
Necklace is my time machine and I'm loving life again.
Necklace is way better than surgery. It's cheaper and it's easier.
Oh wow, to fight these years off in here.
I like it. It's like a mini facelift.
Oh, it totally works.
Think I need a box or two.
Use the on-screen QR code or visit sagnomore.com to order now. We even give you a money-back guarantee. Try Necklace today.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I have Ben and Ray here talking all things about glass blowing. You missed the opening, but I was talking about how much I love, and we have to be real here. I'm going to be honest. I need to come to this space. It's going to come.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us what you do and what your space is called?
Absolutely, yeah. So we have a studio in Minturn called Bat Country Studios, and we're just about to open our gallery that we've been building tomorrow from noon to 6. And Ray has been doing pottery at the studio as well, and we added a dark room, so there's all kinds of art happening over there.
That's really cool and very exciting because I feel like it's now just this collection or a collective space, like a community of artists, which I love. And I have to tell you, Ray, in college, my roommate had a potter's wheel. So we actually, in our teeny tiny dorm room, my mom was so angry. We literally would make all these different creations, and there was clay everywhere. So I'm here for it. I'm excited to see this.
That's pretty much how I started with this as well, where I was in my bedroom for the first 10 months of this.
Okay.
Firing at Ben's studio, and then recently we got our studio made, the pottery section of it, and then now the gallery. So it's really nice to have the steady steps forward.
That's so exciting because, like I said, it's a communal space where people can really feel free to show what they love to do. What are the hours right now?
I wouldn't say we have exact hours,
okay.
but we're there every day.
See, this is what I love about artists because it should be more open, fluid, free. It should be like this.
Yeah, typically we're appointment based, but once the gallery is fully open, then that will change a little bit and we'll have normal hours. We're still working out a schedule of who's going to be in there when.
I love that. No, I feel like that's how it, like I said, that's how it should be. That's brilliant. But tomorrow, what time will it be?
Yeah, tomorrow's opening for the gallery is going to be noon to 6 p.m.
Noon to 6, okay.
And we'll have Two Arrows Coffee Cart there doing drinks.
Oh, awesome.
And you'll get to see our glass studio, Ray and Heather's pottery studio, Remy's dark room. We'll all be kind of doing demonstrations and kind of touring the space.
You're making me very excited. Coffee and art, that is my weakness.
Awesome.
I wanted to ask you, because I know you've been on here many a time, but how long has this vision been with you as far as, like, I know growing up, you've always, it's in your soul, right? Being an artist, being artistic. But when did you bring that to Eagle County?
So we opened in 2017.
Okay.
It must have been like April, May that we got the keys and kind of started building.
So exciting.
And this has been our second round of construction with the expansion. We took over the unit next door.
Okay,
in our
see,
same
and that's
building.
what I was wondering. Okay, awesome. That's
yeah,
so neat.
so it's the same space, but now it's twice as big.
So cool.
And that's how we've been able to build this gallery and add in more workshops and bring in more artists.
And then how did you join up? How did you get into this whole...
So whenever I got my wheel back and I started getting back into ceramics, doing my pottery in my bedroom, I needed a place to fire it. And I kind of went a couple of different avenues before deciding to get my own kiln. And through talking with other people around town, they were like, oh, you should talk to Ben.
I love it.
Yeah, and so I was like, who's Ben, you know? And now I'm like, yep, this is Ben.
Wait, that is perfect because anyone that has met Ben, that makes complete sense. Like, who's Ben? Oh, yes. And the shirt defines, I mean, this is your personality, your vibe, larger than life. I love that. That's brilliant. That is so cool.
Yeah, and I'm so lucky. I feel so lucky that everything has turned out the way that it has. And all of the little steps have come together. He was apologizing the other day for the moving into a half-finished space, and I was like, no, we're building all of this together, and we're growing in all of this together and learning in it and deciding what we want for this space, and the flexibility and the casualness of it, that you come in and there's always another person there, like an artist, a friend of an artist, a person who appreciates art, that kind of stuff. So it's nice to have all of that.
Right, that's so
around.
brilliant you said that, because the whole time you were speaking, I was just thinking about it's the community.
Yeah.
It's true, and that's artistic, beautiful art community. And I love that you said that too, because I think there are some people maybe that would come in and be like, oh, I wanted it, to be my vision. And for you, I feel like, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like you kind of knew that you wanted it to feel like Ray and feel like, who is the other woman?
Heather.
Heather. Oh, yeah. Duh. Thank you. Ray and Heather. And so they kind of could bring their own energy, their own vibe into the space, which is beautiful. I love that you honor that and saw that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think I've left a pretty big imprint on the space so far. But as
we're trying to get rid of some of that imprint right now.
Some of it will never scrub out. Some of it's permanent, and some of it might be a little bit more flexible. And
that's so cool.
We changed what was our previous, I can't call it a gallery, but our office with inventory turned into their pottery studio.
Oh, that's so
and that was like a big transition as far as just how the space has been. But the more we add on new artists and new projects, I think it really adds to the space.
So let me ask you this, because I know that you can come in and you can see and you can create yourself. You can come in and make a time to come in and do whatever. If someone is really interested in maybe showing you what they can do, or they're like, oh man, like I would love a chance to like have a little part of that.
Yeah.
Is that something that's available, or is that?
I think eventually that's what we're working towards, to be able to do something like that. Right now things are so new that we're still trying to find our place in
your
all
rhythm.
of it.
Totally.
And like with everything changing so much. But the classes definitely have been really fun. We've been doing ceramics and glass classes. It's so cool watching like a 10-year-old make glass.
That's so awesome.
And I'm like, that's confident,
To be honest with you, I'm laughing because I remember just seeing like little kids that can like slay. They're amazing because they have no fear and they're not nervous. Whereas like as adults, I try to not be like this, but I will kind of think like, oh, what does this look? Okay, da-da-da. They don't care.
Yeah.
They just go after it. And so they have a better product. And I think all of us can learn from that, just to kind of not think so much and just be in it, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And similar to our non-traditional hours of operation.
I love that. I love that.
We don't have like a formal application process for artists to get involved, but the number one way to do it is to just come over to the studio and meet us and talk to us about what's going on and
old
see.
School. That's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
That's how you see the energy and see if it's a good vibe and talk and face to face. I
love and before we had the dark room, for example, I never envisioned having a dark room.
Right.
Pottery and glass kind of go hand in hand. It
Totally.
wasn't such a jump, but when somebody pitched me the idea and we had the space, then we can incorporate that. So I would say really for people who want to get involved, just show up and come over. That's probably the best bet.
This is making me very excited. I just love the community vibe. And I love that it's positive, and I love that, I know because we've met like years ago.
Oh yeah.
And it was just starting out and you are so amped in it. You haven't lost any of the vision or excitement, which is, that says something, you know?
Oh yeah, he's full of it.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Oh yeah, and here we can see, this is so brilliant. Can you kind of tell us what's going on, Ben?
Yeah, so this is actually my shopmate Stan working on a mug, and he's getting ready to, he's sizing it up and getting ready to put a handle. Oh, that's me. Okay. So we were going over some prototyping here for this mug design that we've worked on together.
I'm like, we love him.
And Stan and I have developed this mug now for probably almost a year.
Cool.
As like a drinking vessels offering.
I made one too.
That's what I was going to say next.
You're like, listen.
I didn't make one in glass, but I made one in ceramics.
Really?
And they all sold.
I was going to say, there's no more left.
Yeah, there's no more.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Look at her. I love this moment. She's like, I can do it too. Thank
you. But that's what's exciting about having all these new artists and new mediums is we can translate one product into another form. We can collaborate across mediums. Ray was making these cups with a little slot for a glass straw.
Oh,
and then we made straws that would, accent the cups.
Oh, I love that.
And it was so spontaneous too. I was like, oh, I'm going to put a straw in here, and he's like, I can make you a straw.
Right? You're like
Just like that.
Yeah.
I did it with that facial expression and everything.
I can make you a straw. The funny thing is, I cannot. Literally, I need a straw, and I'm trying to be conscious about being good with the earth and one with the earth. So that's brilliant for me because I really am someone I don't like drinking without a straw. It's weird. So this is hey,
I got
meant
you.
to be. Thanks.
I got you.
And can you give me a little bit more insight because the dark room situation that is different and really cool, and actually I know a lot of my friends that are really into that. So
so Remy has been doing film photography for years. She's actually developing rolls as old as 10 years old from her travels.
Oh, I like
and so right now the process is developing and then printing in black and white.
Okay.
When she gets some new filters and maybe chemicals, then she'll be able to print in color.
Oh, that's neat.
And then there's been even other collaborations there where our friend Morgan, who's helping to paint the studio, is now painting on Remy's prints, on these black and white prints.
That's so interesting. That was the vision I was thinking when you were saying black and white prints. That is dope. That's really cool. Where are you guys, I mean, I know, but for the viewers, where are you located exactly in Minturn?
Yeah, we're in the Jerry Sibley Plumbing Building at the back end of town.
Yes.
And the address is 1040 Main Street in Minturn.
Oh, that's so cool.
And we're right next to the new barn, the yoga barn. I think they also have events there and stuff.
So that's perfect. You can
I'm so excited about the little development in Minturn that there's things that are coming up that are more I don't know.
It's
we're
like
putting
your
our
energy.
spirit. Yeah.
I feel that. And it's interesting. We were just talking about, I say Minturn, but I know it's Minturn. We were talking about, I've been here only for 10 years, and only 10 years, but for so many people, that's like not that long in the Valley. And I love it so much. And it has shifted Minturn. Oh my God, so much since when I first started to now. It is just, it is a place to behold. It's amazing.
Yeah, and when I first moved out here almost a decade ago, people really told me that Minturn was going to be like up my alley, like a good artistic vibe.
Totally.
And yeah, I'm really excited, like Ray said, to see more of that happening there.
So
and
cool.
Yeah, it just seems like a really cool community over there.
Well, guys, we could talk to you all day. I think you're going to have to come back if that's okay. And maybe bring some of your artwork after everyone comes and sees it. That would be brilliant.
Great.
And one more time, where can everyone check you guys out starting tomorrow?
Yep, so tomorrow we'll be at the Jerry Sibley Plumbing Building in Minturn, 1040 Main Street. And the hours are 12 to 6 for our opening, so come see the gallery and support some local artists.
And there's also the Minturn Market as well from 9 to 2.
Yeah.
So if you're bopping around the market, it's just down the street.
Swing by. I love it. Good call on that one. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We'll see you again soon. I'm going to make you come back.
Thanks for having us.
And keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that. And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page. From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, I'm very excited because, as you know, we learn things every day. And I have my friend to my, I almost said left, it's a Friday, to my right. Nicholas is a sculpturist, which I did know, but we will tell you more about that in a minute. And Brian, the GM, General Manager of the Westin. Now, Nick, you're a sculpturist, and I knew you were an artist, but I did not know that you are the one that created the brilliant sculpture outside of the Westin. That's exciting.
Yes, yeah, I'm very excited about it. Just went up.
That is so brilliant because I'm going to kind of call you out. I'm going to make you embarrassed a little bit. I was like, what? I'm so proud of you. And he's like, I'm the least interesting thing about the sculpture, but it is stunning. It is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And at the Westin, obviously being the general manager is a huge honor and a big deal, and you do a brilliant job, if I don't say so myself. What are you feeling about this sculpture?
This has been an absolutely amazing experience. Nick and I sat down, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and really hatched this plan on a cocktail napkin. We were talking one night, and we had an opportunity to find a sculpture that fit well in the front drive, and Nick had an idea, and we sketched it out. And he sent me pictures along the way over the past couple years. And
annoyingly all the time. I was texting him like
6 a.m.
Yeah, 6 a.m. Like, what's up? Good morning, Brian.
That's how I am. You just get inspired and you're excited, and he's like,
it was really his fault, though. Yeah. He sat at the bar and we just started drawing things up, and I went home that night. And then
you were ready.
Just bothered him for 2 years.
I love that. Well, let me ask you this. So it's the Royal Elk, is that correct?
Yeah, I pulled the name from, they call lions king of the jungle, right? So I wouldn't really say like mountain lion or king of the forest in Colorado.
Right.
Someone can argue that. But I always found elk were the kings of the forest.
And elks are such a huge part of our community, and that's what we're always taking pictures of. And Colorado, you think of that.
Yeah, they're kind of the symbol. To me, the symbol of the Rockies. So.
I dig this. Okay, so now that I have you both on the couch, I want to hear about the bar napkin situation. How did this evolve? What was the first concept, and how did you kind of get into this and create the Royal Elk?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to blame anybody, Brian, it's totally Brian. I'm just an easily excitable person.
Right?
That's really what it is.
It's good to live like that.
You give me an idea, and I'll just run with it.
You'll just flow with it, yeah.
I mean, we talked about like our love of the outdoors, hunting, horses, fishing, things like that.
Okay.
I'm a terrible fisherman, but I talk about it.
And I'll be honest with you, let's be real, the Westin is such a class act, and it's so beautiful. I don't know if a big old fish in the front would really do it justice. Let's be honest. I mean, no hate to fishing and fishermen, but just saying, and women.
Big fish can be terrifying for some people. Good for others.
I mean, really, they can be. So, yes, tell me, kind of walk me through how this happened.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, I'm just a really excitable person. I was looking to do kind of like a new monolithic. I grew up near here, and I really wanted to give some tribute to not only my hometown but the Rockies.
I love that.
The Westin's always been really supportive of extracurricular activities of their staff and everything. So it's been really cool. I mean, I couldn't have done it honestly without so many people just like motivating me and harassing me.
Harassing you.
Yeah, and it was good. People were like, "Is it done yet? Is it done?" And I'm like, "Oh God."
You're like, "It's coming along."
Yeah,
I swear.
I promised. It's hard to promise on something you don't really know the outcome on. So.
Right.
But as soon as I felt good about it,
it was time.
Yeah, Brian came over, and like I said, I'd been giving him pictures of when it was a skeletal kind of image and a structure all the way up until
the creation.
Yep.
That is so brilliant. That is. And what did you think, Brian, when you first saw the finished project?
Oh, unbelievable. We'd been searching for quite some time again to find something that was unique to the property, that really lived up to our mission of sustainability and really our sense of place.
And we should say that too. Sorry to cut you off, but that is such a huge passion and the passion project for the Westin. And that's something I love about, I love the Westin period, obviously, but something I do really appreciate and love about you guys is you do have that passion for Mother Earth and
we live and breathe it.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I love that.
And I had searched around for bronze sculptures in a number of different places around Colorado and never found something that I thought was truly unique to our property. And then when Nick hatched this plan, I was on board and watched it come from the ground up, and it's just been unbelievable.
Well, and one thing I will say too that's so neat about the Westin, it is so local love based, because that is somewhere where this one knows I love to hang out and I love going and like, you know, it's, you see the local love there and you feel it and it's fun and it's unique and it's a different kind of hotel. And also when you think of the Westin, at least for me, I think of nature because that view is just, I get like goosebumps. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. It really is. And so to see, like, you see animals too around and it's just earth, and I love it. So that's such a brilliant combination.
Well, the property really captures the river, and I have,
Yes.
you know, a lot around the valley. There's a lot of people that have missed opportunities to really use that environment.
It's true. No, that is so amazing. So it was 2 years in the making.
Yes, yeah. It was about a year of idea and gathering. I use a lot of reclaimed steel, and
I love that.
Yeah, I'm kind of a hoarder in that regard. At least my wife will say that about me.
Yes, I could totally. I was waiting for you to say that. I was just waiting for that.
Just metal,
moment.
though. I try to keep it limited to certain things. But yeah, collecting things and drawing it out, and then framing it. You know, a lot of anatomical research to make sure I can get the animal looking correct.
That's so neat.
I'm kind of a, you know, as an obsessive person, it became a wonderful project for me to just dive into. And
that is, I mean, is your family so impressed by? I mean, this is no small feat to say, oh, I have a sculpture outside of the Westin, a world-renowned hotel in Vail. I mean, you know, in Avon, but like I call every, you know, this whole area. It's a big deal. That's huge.
It was great. My dad too. Throughout the process, he would come in and do anatomy checks and lean over my shoulder, and I'd be like, "What are you doing, Dad?" And he was kind of this voice over me. So
That's brilliant.
My family had a little bit of quite a big involvement. In
I love that.
And a lot of support too. So I'm really grateful.
I'm sure you've had guests and staff alike come up and just be in awe.
Awe-inspired. Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what I'm excited for? I'm going to be, oh, here we go, right there. So gorgeous. I can't, like, you did that.
That's
my
us
friend.
putting the head on, actually. That was a
great day.
That was one of the hardest parts of the piece. But
wow,
you know.
It is massive. That is so brilliant. I'm waiting for the moment. I really mean that. It is gorgeous. I'm waiting for the moment that deer and elk, you know this is going to happen, are going to come by it.
Come
and
check it
people
out.
are going to have these awesome photo moments. And you know your girl is going to be right on it with Instagram. You know that.
Of course.
That's what I'm hoping for, you know?
That is so amazing. And I wanted to ask you, so the Westin obviously is world-renowned, amazing, and you guys have so much going on all the time. Are there some really cool things? Because I want everyone to check out, locals and non-locals alike, to come by and check out your amazing artwork, the sculpture. What's going on at the Westin this summer?
So this summer we have live music in both the lobby bar where Nick's at. You'll find him there most nights.
Yes.
And on Stoke and Rye patio. We have another FAC coming up in a series that we're doing this summer. That's August 9th.
Awesome.
Yep. And then, of course, we have our ongoing activations at the Spa Anjali and Athletic Club.
Oh my gosh, there is no shortage of fun things to do. I swear, you guys are on it.
We try.
I love that so much. And so is this sculpture going to be to stay?
This is to stay. Yep. This is.
How neat.
It's a beautiful experience.
I just like, I think as human beings to take this, we're taking it deep this morning. Good morning, Vail. We all want to leave our mark, right? And like we all really want to do something that makes people proud and makes us, most importantly, feel good about ourselves. How neat is that?
It's amazing. You know, a part of what sculpture is to me is like enhancing an environment. And I think, you know, like if you walk by things that are monolithic and hanging over you, and it causes, you know, and when I was building this, I got on my knees and crouched a lot to have the viewpoint of a child, right? Because that's what you experience when you're looking up. And so I'd like to, you know, be a part of that. It's a great experience for me.
That is insanely beautiful. And I love that you said that it's supposed to add, and it's not take away, because I think that's huge.
It's not a distraction. It's supposed to, like, you know, enhance. And, you know, a big thing too with the way it's positioned too is when I've encountered animals in the woods is they just kind of turn towards you.
100. I noticed that.
I'm not a big fan of like rearing bears growling and things like that. Like, you know, it's a little bit.
Do you get a little nervous when you fly out of DIA?
I mean, I have my own affinity for that one just because it's so different. But you know, I don't. Really, you know, you don't really see. I wanted to represent the action of the animal. It's not leaping over a fence. It's not.
Totally.
It's not.
It's like as if you really were coming upon the Westin, and it just kind of
You're just encountering each other and witnessing.
That is so brilliant. Well, for people that don't know, and I don't know how you wouldn't know, I was just about to say where the Westin is located. Could you kind of tell us where it's located?
Yeah, it's right off of Riverfront Lane, right along the river, and right downtown Avon, core of Avon.
And I have to give a little bit of a shout out because I've eaten there. I've had coffee there. I've had cocktails. I've had NA drinks there. I've done it all there. So I really can say that it is such a brilliant space. And the people that you hire are amazing.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
really good, kind, fun people. I have friends that go in just to see you guys. Like just to say hey and what up, you know? So
That's
it's
our
pretty
main-
awesome.
that's our main goal.
Yeah, we love to support the passions of all of our team members, and this is a great way to do it.
And look how stunning your property is. I'm like, you own the West End now. That's how I'm. You're like, I am the general manager, Gretchen. But thank you.
That's the kingdom, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I love this so much. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank
And
you, Gretchen.
I really want everyone to head on over to the West End for all the fun this summer and also to see your beautiful sculpture and to bug you. Say what up, you know.
Absolutely.
Oh, one last question. For a schedule of events, can people go online?
They can. Yeah,
Okay.
they can go online. They can also check our social media pages, and we have everything listed on those.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much, and congratulations to you both. Big
Yeah,
deal.
thank you so much.
I'm very excited. And keep it right here. We have more of the show to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Woo. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Happy Friday. I am loving this Friday because it's a literary Friday. We have Tegan Davis at the Eagle Valley Library District. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. We love seeing you every Friday at this point, I think,
you.
right?
Yes,
Is that- And I'm so excited because we were talking about this summer reading program,
summer
which
reading program. Yep.
is brilliant for kids and adults alike.
Yes.
But I know you guys have kind of a different spin. Tell me everything that you...
So we changed it up this year. So for our elementary school students, so this can be babies all the way up to adults. So we do have programs, and it's for the wee ones. So babies, toddlers, and preschoolers can.
When you mean babies, explain, because I'm so interested.
Yep. Because everyone's like they can't read.
Yeah, totally. That's what I was like. We have some genius. We probably do here in the Valley, but
it's about reading to your child and doing activities with your child. So
Cool.
there's 5 early literacy skills that we try to teach for parents, because parents are their first child's teacher. So we're giving them an activity sheet so that they can practice these skills with their children.
Oh, that's powerful to think about, and that's so simplistic. Sorry, that's such a powerful thing to think. Like you're your son's first teacher. That's brilliant.
So
I love that.
Teacher, and we're trying to give parents those tips and tricks and tools so that they can get their child ready for reading in school, so they can get school prepared. So it's really fun. So it's reading, writing, playing, singing, and oh no. No, I can't think of it. I'll get to it.
Yeah, you're good.
Remember, Friday.
It's Friday. We're all having a Friday.
So we're trying to encourage those building those skill sets throughout the summer as well as within our story time. So that's our story times are early literacy focused.
Oh, cool.
So there's a reason why we do what we do in story time. And so the wee ones can participate, and then our elementary school students, we've changed it up on them. So it's a read to bead program.
Oh.
So for every
I'm like, ooh.
for every 15 minutes, they can get a bead.
Okay.
And so we incorporated a little math into summer learning this year.
Smart.
Yep.
Very smart.
So then you can get your beads. So for every 15 minute, you get the 15-minute bead. But you can save the beads, and you can get you can trade them up. So we have a half-hour bead, we have an hour bead, we have a 2-hour bead, and we have a 4-hour bead. And so throughout the summer, they've been making and adjusting their bracelet or their necklace, whatever they chose.
I love that.
And they can trade up, they can trade down throughout the summer, so they can create whatever necklace or bracelet that they want it to look like.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
and
it's
do
super
they
fun.
have to do the math? Like
Yes, we'll help them. But
But that's really
yeah.
smart, because so often, like, I'm really good at reading. I'm not so great at math.
Yeah.
And so the left brain, right brain, kind of bringing that together. That's awesome.
And so oftentimes we're like, okay, so we count every 15 minutes. And so we're like, okay, here's your 15-minute beads.
Right.
Now with this, you could use all 4 of these beads, get an hour one if you like the sparkly bead, or you could collect them all and get like the football bead.
And so then they have to decision making, all of the processes.
Yep, math and reading.
You guys are very smart. I like I like this concept.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're excited about it because the kids are super excited about it.
And they love making the bracelet or the necklace.
They love making the bracelet and necklace. And then we have on the sheet as well activities.
Okay.
So then they can get brag tags, which are kind of like a dog tag.
Cool.
And so we have 10 brag tags. And if they do an activity, they get the brag tag associated with that activity.
So
cool. Even if you're just wanting adventure and maybe, you're easing into reading, there's other ways to participate.
I love this so much because it brings the kids together, but it also is focused on themselves, which is very important, I think. Because I don't know, I feel like when I was growing up, it was more like competition, and I don't think that's always good. I like competing against yourself.
Yes, and it's based on your design and what you want it to look like. And then we've noticed like the kids are out and about wearing them, and so other kids are seeing it and being like, "Where are you getting that?" And so they're getting pulled in. So it's been amazing.
Cool.
It's been so much fun.
That's brilliant, and it is big fashion right now, I will say, with the beads.
Yep, and the brag tags. The brag tags
are super popular. That is
popular.
I need to check them out. I need to see what this looks like.
Come into any of the libraries, and our children's staff are definitely sporting them. And actually, as an adult, the adult program and the teen program is bingo. But I'm sitting there looking at the brag tags,
You're
and
like,
I kind of want to do that.
I love that you said that out loud, because I was thinking in my head, I'm like, I want to make a bracelet. I want a brag tag. That's cool.
Do that.
I want to be a part of this. So what is the teen program? What does that look like?
Yeah. So they have a bingo sheet. And so they earn prizes.
Fun.
For bingo. So that so if they get a bingo, they earn a prize, and if they get a blackout, they get entered into a drawing for a final prize.
Oh, that's awesome. So each level and each age is a different concept.
Yep, is a different concept, and then there are prizes associated with each. With the elementary school students as they keep reading. So some people just want to keep going and going, or they might need a little bit more motivation to keep going. There's a final prize to be entered into a drawing for Lunch with Llamas here at Beaver Creek. Yes.
Okay, that's amazing.
And so the more they read, the more tickets they earn into
to maybe have Lunch with
drawings.
Llamas.
Yeah,
okay, that's insane. That sounds so cool. And then you said also, before we get into the adult programs, if a child and or adult, I'm assuming, is having maybe some struggles or like needing some extra help. I know lots of readers when I was young, I needed a little push. Can people come in and talk to you? How does that? Okay,
So we call it Reader's Advisory. And so you can come in, and if you have questions on like where you should be at level, or a lot of times people will pick up a book and they feel like they have to read it, but if you don't like it,
totally,
we've got lots of books.
I've totally been there. I mean, to be honest,
and you don't have to read it. Or what I tell kiddos is like the first 2 paragraphs. If you stop 5 times, then let's go up or down. Let's find something that is more.
I like
because
that.
you don't want them to get stuck and frustrated. And telling them it's okay. Like if they don't enjoy a book, we've got lots of books. And at the moment, for the kiddos, what's popping off the shelf is graphic novels.
Oh, I remember you saying yes. Okay. Okay, cool.
So summertime graphic novels, and it should be about enjoyment of reading and creating the culture of reading. And so you should be having a good time, not feeling stressed or like getting stuck with the words.
I love that.
We've got lots of books.
That's so brilliant, because I know so often all of us throughout, our different age, coming of age, we have, everyone gets stuck or doesn't feel like a book is right for them, etc. So to be able to come in and have a safe space that you guys create and say, hey, I don't know if it's just the book I don't like, or maybe I'm not understanding, and then being able to talk
and then we can point and we can give you a list of all other books. So if you like a book and you're like, I want to read more like this, we can get that. Or if you're like, I did not like that book,
that is not my jam.
Can we steer away? We can help you.
Okay.
So yeah, we're here for you. So whatever help you need or whatever advice, or if you're just looking for a good book, come ask us.
Yeah, I love that. And so I was going to ask you too, if a parent maybe is watching a child struggle, and maybe, so often parents and children alike, we get nervous, we get embarrassed, etc. Could a parent come with their child and talk to you?
Or they can call us, or they can come in on a time when their child's not there, or we can work with both, which is also very helpful.
So if maybe the parent realizes a child is going to feel some sort of way, they could come in and say, hey, this is what I've noticed, and you could help the parent help the child. Okay.
And we can also steer the child. Well, not steer the child. We'll ask the child questions like, what do you like? What do you like to read?
That's
and
awesome.
so we can pick from our collection, because there's a variety of what is called chapter books. For the kiddos.
Remember, yes.
And so they don't all have to be this big, and some of them have illustrations, and some of them have bigger fonts. So there's ways that we can make reading fun.
So you don't feel such anxiety, like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of words, and get lost in it. Okay.
And then we also have our program Reading Buddies.
Okay.
And it's wrapping up for summer, so we'll kick off in the fall. But this is where first through third graders are partnered with our high school students.
That's awesome.
To practice the reading skills. And so with that, it's not an adult, it's not a teacher, it's not a parent.
Right.
And so the anxiety gets reduced.
Totally.
They look as a big buddy, like a big brother or sister.
That's
and so they're able to read with a little bit more confidence, because there's not that intimidation factor.
And just open up, and you get a new friend.
Exactly. The little buddies love their big buddies. It's so much fun.
Well, we could talk to you all day, but real quick before we go, I know you wanted to get in about the foam.
Oh, yes.
The foam party.
So at the very end of summer reading, our summer learning program, we launch off our foam party. So it's going to be, Wednesday the 24th.
Okay.
At Gypsum at 10 a.m. and then at Avon at 1. And then on Thursday the 25th, we're going to do it in Eagle at 1.
I love that it travels.
Yes.
The traveling foam party.
Traveling foam party.
And all this information we can find online. Can you give us the website?
evld.org.
evld.org. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We could
Thank
talk
you.
all day to you. We'll see you again.
I'll be here.
I have a feeling. Thank you so much. And please check out evld.org and keep it right here for more of Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunities for points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point for this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
What happens to a poker player when there is life-changing money on the line?
Take catch. I'm rooting for me.
When they are faced with adversity?
Holy smoke. Jason can't even breathe right now. Look at him.
When a WPT title is within their grasp?
How sweet that is, baby.
See for yourself with a front row seat to all the action on the World Poker Tour.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss The Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TV8 Weather Center. Let's take a look at the weather out there today. Friday, 8 a.m., 60 degrees, and a little bit of precipitation. Afternoon thunderstorms, a high of 72 with 40% chance of rain. So make sure to get your umbrella out. 8 a.m., 60 degrees, mostly sunny. Noon, 71, and scattered thunderstorms. So the precipitation coming in around noon. 4 p.m., 70 degrees, and a little bit of cloud coverage, partly cloudy. And then 8 p.m., 63 and partly cloudy. So you're going to get a little bit of everything on this Friday. Eagle 86, Avon 91, Vail 79, and Denver is going to be very warm as well. Hopefully you have a beautiful, blessed weekend out there. Have some fun in that summertime sunshine, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies